Can you be hypnotized to quit smoking? Well, the answer is yes and no, but mostly yes. Here's what we're going to do in this video. I'm actually going to hypnotize you. Then you'll know, right? So let's just hop right in and do this. Here's what you need to know about hypnosis. Hypnosis is not something I do to you. Hypnosis is something you allow to happen to yourself. Hypnosis is natural. The average human hypnotizes themselves 7 times a day. I'll give you an example. You're driving home. The way you drive home every day, and you've done so for a decade. You get focused on a problem at work. You pull into the driveway and you realize, I don't even remember driving home. That's a hypnotic trance. That's all it is. You hypnotize yourself. Why? Hypnosis is something that you do to yourself. It's not something that someone else does to you. It is something that some people try to do to you. That's why we have this billion-dollar industry called marketing. Why? Because it works. That is why. So you want to find out whether or not you're hypnotizable? I invite you to have a hypnotic experience. What that means is I'm inviting you to have the experience. Allow it to happen. If you allow it to happen, it will happen, and it's super powerful. Here's how simple and easy it is. All I want you to do is take your hands, and I want you to interlock your fingers like this and have kind of like a gun and have 2 fingers pointing up. Now, hold them kind of down and off to your side. Don't look at them. Look at the screen. Just hold them there in your peripheral vision. Squeeze your hands together and then pull your fingers apart. Easy peasy, right? No problem. Okay, now we're going to do something different. We're going to make the same thing hypnotic. How do we do that? We're going to do 2 things that force your unconscious mind to come forward. You're going to focus. Why? Because just like driving home in the car, when we become focused, our unconscious mind comes forward and we become more suggestible. 2, you're going to use your imagination. Why? Because our imagination is in our unconscious mind. It brings on a hypnotic trance. So this time you're going to put your fingers together again, interlock them, you're going to pull your fingers apart, and you're going to stare and focus at the space between your fingers. And as you stare and focus, the more you focus, the more your fingers are going to start to go together. Squeeze your hands tight, 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 and stare and focus at the space between your fingers, and imagine there's magnets on them pulling together, and focus and imagine the magnets, and focus and focus. What you'll notice is it's getting harder and harder and harder to keep your fingers apart. So try that. You may need to try it several times, but every time you try it, you'll notice it works more and more. What is happening here? What is happening is we are starting to put ourselves into a hypnotic trance. We are focusing, which brings our unconscious mind forward, and we're using our imagination, which engages our unconscious mind. What happens when our unconscious mind comes forward? We become more suggestible. That's what hypnosis is. If you want to know if you can be hypnotized, you can simply do this exercise, and if your fingers want to go together, what that tells you is that you are actually hypnotizable. And here's what I can tell you. Everyone is hypnotizable except for those that just don't want to, that just want to prove me wrong. If you don't want your fingers to go together, they won't. If this video was helpful to you, then subscribe to this channel, because all we do is post videos with tips, tricks, and hacks on how to beat smoking for the rest of your life. Also, if you need some help, I put in the description a link to my calendar. Book yourself into a free 15-minute phone consultation with me. It's free. Take advantage of it. And I'll speak with you soon.